நான் வந்து அட்டி காஃபியில் வேலை சேர்த்து விட்டாங்க தியா ஃபவுண்டேஷன். நானே இண்டிவிஜுவலாக சம்பாரித்து எங்கள் அம்மா கொடுத்துன்னு.
I work with dedication and passion. I am a team member of Nitya Sadhana. I brought 2000 salary for my grandmother. I want to work more and earn more money and support my family.
When government create policies are made, schemes are made for disability as a overall, and this is where we also see lot of NGOs working. They work for certain disabilities, so some NGOs working for visual impairment, hearing impairment, employment, livelihood, rehabilitation. Such wonderful things happening, but it's so fragmented. If we can just take all these best practices, bring it together and create a collective which will work for a cause or for a mission. This was the whole genesis of us setting up Disability NGOs Alliance, DNA.
Founded in 2014, Disability NGOs Alliance is a first of its kind initiative to collectively represent the disability sector in Karnataka. From improving the intervention capacity of NGOs to strengthening the overall impact at the policy making level to supporting the advocacy efforts of parents' organizations, DNA is the unified voice of all those advocating the empowerment of persons with disabilities. DNA works with a vision to foster a healthy society with inclusion and justice for all. DNA now has 170 member organizations from 27 districts working for over 30,000 PWDs across Karnataka, covering the entire range of disabilities like physical disability, intellectual disability, mental illness, multiple disabilities, blood-related disorders and rare diseases across all life stages of PWDs, covering early intervention, inclusive education and livelihood. DNA supports the development and empowerment of member NGOs through capacity building, advocacy and government interface support, networking and peer learning, program workshops.
On the government interface side, basically we try to work on areas like understanding at least on the disabilities and the various categories in which government is providing benefits and the grants. And also we had a very good experience by doing the vaccination camps, from where we understood how to work with the various agencies across different departments in the government, and it was executed very successfully. On the capacity building side, what we try to do is basically understand the needs of the members, what exactly are the areas of intervention they would like to train upon, and then the trainings and the workshops, and then work out programs accordingly to help the members in this particular area.
DNA designs various intervention programs and executes these through its member NGOs, livelihood programs, early intervention programs and government programs like COVID vaccination drive.
Our livelihood programs focus on generating mainstream jobs, generating work for sheltered workshops, as well as self-employment. Mission 1000 is our program for generating mainstream jobs for intellectually challenged. It's a holistic program which starts from building awareness in corporates, sensitizing workshops, generating opportunities for intellectually challenged, and training and skilling the people to take up these opportunities.
Dia Foundation also works with Mission 1000, which is a collaborative effort through DNA, and we have about 7 NGOs who participated in this, and through this initiative we have been able to get so many of our students out into the community working, and also have got corporates to open their door and to think of how they could provide employment for people with intellectual disability.
I train differently young adults in the age group between 80 to 40 years. We do mainstreaming and see that our children are in the main sector and help them to lead a dignified life.
Swashakti is our program for rural entrepreneurs for generating self-employment. It works in close collaboration with local communities and panchayats and trains and skills potential entrepreneurs. Another important initiative for us is early intervention. We work with our members to run early intervention programs, provide capacity building workshops, as well as work with local authorities to strengthen the early intervention infrastructure at the community level.
Government of Karnataka is very happy to collaborate with DNA. We want to work with them in the areas where there is a critical gap, and they can partner with us co-work with us in order to enable and empower people with disability and their families and the carers.
Through DNA, we have been very fortunate to get to know other NGOs working in the similar space. And this collaboration seems to be the right model for working in the livelihood space.
We are very happy to say that we are associated with DNA, which has given a bigger platform to voice our needs and also fight for our rights. As a collective voice, we can reach out to the policymakers in a better way, and we are also into collaboration, and we are very happy to be associated with.
Having established the member network, proven the domain expertise, and the ability to execute large programs, DNA is now moving to the next phase of the strategy.
In the last 7 years, we have tried to build a federation and increase the membership. And now in the next 5 years, we are going to be focusing on a few critical questions. We want to reach a direct beneficiary of 100,000 members and indirect beneficiaries of 400,000 members as part of the plan. The critical questions that we want to address in this particular plan is: one, how do we scale projects while keeping costs low through our NGO network? Two, how do we make our NGOs more robust and be able to stand on their own legs to execute these projects? Third, build a large stakeholder community beyond just the disabled and the government, to include the medical practitioners, companies that build assistive technology solutions, so on and so forth. The fourth is to be able to build a certification program that will certify NGOs for ease of use by donors. And with this, we think we would have scaled well enough for the sector to be robust.
DNA works continuously to build and support the ecosystem required for an inclusive and just society for PWDs across India. Support DNA in their mission to build and sustain the ecosystem required for an inclusive and just society for PWDs.